Have you ever wondered what really happens after a sexual abuse lawsuit is filed? And more importantly, who actually pays when the case is settled? Because the answer is not as simple as most people think. For many survivors, the first moment of taking legal action feels like stepping into the unknown. There is fear, uncertainty, and one heavy question that keeps coming back. If I pursue a sexual abuse lawsuit, what does justice actually look like, and who is responsible for making it real? That question is where the legal journey truly begins. At Injury Lawyer Team, this is one of the most important FAQ-style concerns we hear from survivors trying to understand how a sexual abuse lawsuit actually works behind the scenes. And the truth is, responsibility is rarely held by just one person. Let's walk through it in a way that makes sense. First, there is an individual. The person who caused the harm. In every case, they are legally responsible. But here is where reality becomes complicated. Many individuals do not have the financial resources to pay meaningful damages. So even though they are named in a sexual abuse lawsuit, they are often not the ones who actually fund the outcome. And that is where the story shifts, because the next layer is often much bigger. Institutions, schools, churches, hospitals, youth programs, and workplaces can all become responsible when their negligence allowed abuse to happen. In many sexual abuse cases, these organizations play a central role in accountability. Why does this matter so much? Because institutions usually carry insurance policies, financial reserves, and a legal duty to protect people in their care. When they fail, the law can hold them accountable for a sexual abuse settlement that reflects both harm and responsibility. But there is still another piece that most people do not realize at first: insurance companies. In many situations involving a sexual abuse lawsuit, insurance coverage becomes the main source of financial recovery. These policies may include liability coverage, professional protection, or misconduct-related coverage. The insurer steps in, reviews the claim, and becomes part of the settlement process. So, when survivors ask who pays in the end, the answer is not one person. It is often a system of responsibility shared between institutions and insurers. Now imagine a situation where more than one party is involved. This is actually very common. One person may have committed the abuse, while another organization ignored warning signs or failed to intervene. In these sexual abuse cases, responsibility can be divided among multiple defendants based on evidence, negligence, and coverage. This is where having a strong sexual abuse lawyer becomes essential, because every detail matters. Who knew what, who failed to act, and what could have prevented the harm? All of these answers shape the direction of the case. Now let's talk about something every survivor wants to understand. How is sexual abuse compensation actually determined? There is no fixed number. Instead, it is built from many parts: medical treatment, therapy costs, emotional impact, lost income, and long-term support needs. But beyond numbers, there is something deeper being evaluated: how the experience changed a person's life, and what it will take to move forward with stability. All of this comes together in what is known as a sexual abuse settlement, designed to provide both financial recovery and accountability. So when everything is put together, one truth becomes clear. A sexual abuse lawsuit is not only about identifying who caused harm, it is about uncovering every layer of responsibility, from individuals to powerful institutions, and making sure survivors are not left carrying the burden alone. And while the process is complex, the goal is simple: accountability and a path toward rebuilding life with support and justice. Grab your free case review via the link in description or pinned comment, or visit injurylawyerteam.com.